So, this is Mouche, a satirical comedy directed by Stephen Bittridge. I am the director, Michelle Joshua, and my team members are the costume designer, Charlotte Patton, lighting designer, Cameron Harrington, scenic designer, Brian Costabile, property master, Paige Woodall. And I will run through the table of contents. First, I'll run through the introduction, then the script overview, the theater type, the vision of the production, and last but not the least, the challenges and solutions that we faced. My name is Michelle Joshua. I'm the director for our production of Mouche by Stephen Bittridge. As the director, my role is to guide the creative vision and ensure that every element of the production, from the performances to the staging, comes together seamlessly. I aim to bring out the humor and the satirical elements of the script while fostering strong collaboration within our team. The script overview. La Mouche is set in a very cozy French bistro in New York City. The story begins with a customer discovering a fly in their soup, a seemingly very minor inconvenience that escalates into a hilariously absurd series of events. The wait staff's exaggerated reactions, particularly from Pierre and Jacques, create a sophisticated comedy infused with satire. It's a delightful exploration of overreactions and how we often make mountains out of molehills. The theater type that we chose to stage Mouche is a small black box theater. These are the final blocking diagrams which shows the movement of the characters and how it is going to be staged. The type of venue is ideal for our production for several reasons. First, it fosters engagement, brings about creating a more closer connection between the actors and the audience. Second, it allows to focus on the performances rather than elaborate set designs. The black box theater is also incredibly flexible, giving us room to be creative with staging and movements. Lastly, it enhances the intimacy of the production, ensuring that the comedic timing and the subtle expressions are appreciated by everyone in the audience. Now I'll run through the vision for the production. My vision for Mouche is to bring out the humor in everyday absurdities, presenting the audience with a light-hearted yet relatable story. I want the audience to leave laughing, but also reflecting on how sometimes we overreact to very minute and minor problems. To achieve this, we have chosen warm, neutral colors to emulate the cozy ambience of a French bistro. The simplicity of the design ensures the focus remains on the actors and their comedic timing, avoiding any kind of distraction. The challenges and solutions. Like any production, we faced a few challenges. The small space in the black box theater restricted elaborate set designs. We also needed to ensure that the comedic exaggerations didn't overpower the intimate setting. A solution was to use a very minimalist yet functional set with essential props like tables and chairs. We also focused on precise blocking and timing to maintain the humor while ensuring clarity for the audience. These choices have helped us overcome the challenges while staying true to the script's tone.
Hello, my name is Charlotte Parton. I am the costume designer for Group 4 using the script Le Mouche. So we as a group decided that our show would be in a black box theater, which is sort of a small, intimate setting. And so our director decided that we wanted to focus more on detail and timing. And the show is a comedy, specifically a satire, and so a lot of the humor comes from a guise of realism that is broken to create the ridiculousness of it. So I tried to keep my designs sort of realistic, but still giving a humorous caricature to each of the roles. I started with the customer, and these were my sort of first thoughts at their design. We decided he feels like sort of a young, plain, very normal person that would contrast the outrageous and flamboyant personalities of the two waiters. So I thought about what kind of person would be eating alone at a bistro in New York, and what came to mind was a young business sort of finance bro. And so I kind of tried to fit my costume designs around indicating and giving that feeling. I decided on black fitted khaki dress pants, worn brown leather belt, a blue button up, gray barleycorn blazer, a white pocket square in the blazer, brown leather loafers, and red business themed socks. And then I moved on to Pierre. These are my first thoughts for him. The tricky part of dressing the waiters is that waiters have very iconic outfits, and there are many variations within it, but it can depend on the formalness of the restaurant or the time of day and the type of waiter they are. So for Pierre, I wanted to give a very almost casual but also in a formal restaurant, like a bistro, feeling and give an iconic waiter outfit. So I chose a long apron with a white button up and a tie beneath it. And I tried to give a lot of little personality quirks to Pierre, including glasses and little pens. I decided on a straight black polyester pants, black knee-length apron, glasses, black Oxford restaurant shoes, black socks, colorful pens, and a white towel. And then I moved on to Jaquise, who I thought a lot about a classic, very traditional French waiter outfit for. He seemed very serious and to take his job very seriously in the script, so I wanted to show that through the formality of his uniform. So a straight fit black polyester pants, wide collar white button up, black below the knee waist apron, black low cut satin vest, black Oxford restaurant shoes, and black socks, and a white hand towel, and a black serving tray. The main issue that I had while designing these was the fact that waiters tend to have very contrasting colors. It's always black and white for the most part in formal restaurants, and a lot of times the aprons are white, and I was given the feedback that white can be very harsh in theater lighting, so I had to sort of cut back some of the normal white waiter uniform aspects and alternatively making them black. So finally, once again, here are all the designs next to each other. I tried to make them match each other and emphasize those characteristics I mentioned. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cameron Harrington, and I am the lighting designer. So, overall, the look I was going for was a warm restaurant lighting. I did some research, and it seemed like most restaurants use 2700 Kelvin temperature light. So, I'm trying to use that for the side lighting. But I wanted to stick with pure white front lighting to make sure that the actors' faces were really well lit. This will also help break it up so that it's not all the same color. And then to further break it up on the very edges of the stage, I wanted to have an even warmer red lighting that kind of was just an edge around like either side on the very edges to complete the look. And the backlighting will be orange to represent sunlight coming in through the windows. I'll kind of talk more about the windows later on. But at the start of the show, there's a table in the center of the stage, and all the lights on the table will be kind of at full brightness. While the stage left and stage right, they'll be darker, probably at like a 50% intensity, just to really bring focus onto the table at first. And then as more characters come on stage, whatever side they're coming in for, I'll bring that side up. Eventually the stage will be fully lit. And then here are the gels that I will be using for the look that I showed in the last slide. I kind of just, based on what I knew that I wanted to do, picked colors that I thought would all work together. There was no gel that was specifically 2700 Kelvin, so I just found one that kind of looked similar to that. And then here I have all of the angles of the lights and where they'll be pointed to achieve this look, with all the gel numbers on them. So that would be a nice thing to easily reference. And then last up, I have the gobos used. So it was never decided if the windows would be done with the set or by lighting, so I kind of have two possible scenarios for the windows, one of which involves gobos. So if the windows were done through a set, I would do what I had talked about before with the orange backlighting, focusing them through the crafted windows so that there would be kind of there would be a window outline on the floor or wherever it ended up, depending on where it looked best. I think that this would look really nice. But if there was no set pieces that were kind of like to be windows, I would use this gobo and orange lighting to have kind of three big restaurant style lights along the back wall. So yeah, thank you for watching this video on our project.